Question 10, starting to tie each of these components together. Before you start, just make sure you tag in the start and the finish. No matter what else happens, you'll have the same earliest start time for the last activity in theory, which is really the finishing time, the latest finishing time. Use a pencil to track this as you go. Now, in the first instance, I'm going to have a look at this lower branch. Now, 8 and 7 give me 15. I better put the 8 in there. And that's much, much larger than the 5. Top junction there, I've got 9. It has to be 24. Down the bottom here, 15 and 5 is 20. Now, to get to the junction, we have to look at what could happen with activity I, which is 12, F, which is 15, and H, which is 5. That would give me 29. That would give me 30. Down the bottom here, with I, would give me 32. 25 versus 36. So I'll just go over that now in pen. And I'm pretty certain that we've now got identified the critical path. The critical path, taking through C, D, G, I, and J. So the critical path and I don't have time to put it there, but 36 days. Next step, I use backward scanning. Forward scan to find the critical path. By default, the latest finishing time for J has to be 36. The latest finishing time for I here has to be 32. 20, 15, 8, and 0. Now, the only one that really stands out as having any slack time or float time is the 32, take 5, which is going to be 27. We'll now put in all those figures into the chart. Next easiest thing to do for these particular activities, notice there's nothing for the finish, is to, along the critical path, do the easy bits. So, in other words, the latest finishing time, read ahead, 36, 32. H and J and F have the same finishing time. If I go back to the beginning, A, 0, the latest possible finishing time for A was 15. For B, well, that takes 25. We've obviously got 36 as the latest finishing time, so a bit of slack there for activity B, which we'll call float time. Anything on the critical path, D has to finish at 15. E, well, E can finish as late as 27. And the only gap I've got, which is G has to finish at 20. Now, by default, all the activities on the critical path are going to have a 0 float time. So I'll just do that. Now, the float time is equal to the latest finishing time. So I've got to scan ahead to the next item, take away the earliest start time, take away the activity time. There's not many I've got to do, but A fits into that category. So A, the latest finishing time is 36. Sorry, 15. Its earliest start time is 0. It takes 5 days or whatever to do, 5 days. So I've got a float time of 10. Now for B, tracking along that top chain there, 36 is the latest finishing time. 0 is the earliest start time, takes 25. So we'll have a float time of 11 days. E will be the next target there. Latest finishing time is 27 days. Earliest start time 15. Takes 9 days. So that will be 3 days of float time. I now need to do F. In a similar way, 32, take 15. Take 15. We'll give you a 2-day float time. And lastly, H, for the float time there, 32, take 24, take 5, which will also be 3 days. Now take some time to work through them. The float time, latest finishing time, take the earliest start time, take the activity time, is there in a form on your formula sheet.